Now, before I get started, I want to send condolences to Wanda Smith's family. Y'all may have heard by now that comedian and radio personality Wanda Smith passed away over the weekend. It was like crazy because we were all at the Gucci Mane. Half of Atlanta was at the Gucci Mane concert, and it was like spreading while we were there. Everybody was like whispering, "What happened to Wanda? What happened to Wanda? I heard Wanda had passed away," and didn't nobody believe it. Then next thing you know, it was on the blog. Somebody like, "Oh, it's on the blogs. It's on Jasmine brand. It's on the Shade Room. It's on the neighborhood talk. Blah 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 blah." So I don't know. Like, people been calling me, asking me what happened. I don't know what happened. I haven't asked what happened. All I know is the lady is not here anymore, and that is a huge loss for the Atlanta radio community and her family. Now, people, have been bringing up the whole, situation with Katt Williams, because that's how y'all know her. Us in Atlanta know her from V103 morning show, the Frank Wanda morning show. Because back when I was working at the Lottery, child, that's what I used to have to listen to when I was sitting in all that traffic about to go crazy. But in recent years, it was when Katt Williams came on the show, and that epic blowout with them. And it's crazy because if y'all are fans of mine, if you have watched my videos for years, I covered the hell out of that scenario. I covered like the whole situation with Wanda and Katt, the viral situation. I covered the situation with her husband confronting him. I covered the situation of fans protesting, wanting her fired. I covered the situation about Red Grant owed her an apology. I covered the situation about the other comedians coming out, speaking about it. So it was, while most people may say it was nothing, to them it was like a big deal. Okay. Her and Frank Ski, their relationship never recovered from that. She was actually fired from V103. But hold on, Frank actually posted his condolences to her. In addition to posting his condolences, he also posted this short video, and I'm gonna play the video first. And the video was compiled by the people at V103. Hold on a second. I don't know if I could play that music, but y'all, I'll tip in, tip out. So they're showing a slideshow of Wanda Smith with everybody, Oprah, Andrew Young. She was a radio personality for a long time. She had her own nonprofit organization. She used to host a lot of events around Atlanta comedy shows. And so it's a sad loss. Like, everybody in Atlanta knew who Wanda was.
One of the happiest people in Atlanta. How?
Atlanta Magazine named her one of the happiest people in Atlanta.
It's real. People like, you on the radio, you're always laughing, you're always happy, you're always excited. Guess what? I really am. It's me. I'm really a happy person. I'm a happy soul. I think, even as a little girl, I've always been happy. My passion in life is helping people. I love people. I love people. It could be kids. I mean, I've done so many things with children. I remember giving the radio station a great idea about going around Atlanta and, to different daycares. And I got with the circus, and I said, just give me some tickets.
I want to take the whole class to the Universal Circus.
It's so exciting to give back even to the babies. So whenever I have an idea, it's always about people. So there was one time where there was a father, he went to prison. And I think when he went to prison, his daughter was 2 years old. So when he got out of prison, she was 20 years old. And so the mother called me at the radio station and she said, Wanda, my husband is home from prison and my daughter, she's not feeling him.
I really apologize for not being there.
Oh, that music is killing me. You said you never heard of it. Well, we're paying homage.
So Key Spike gave me $1,000 and I sent them to the Magic Kingdom. It made me feel so good. That's when I knew it was my passion. That's when I knew that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not about radio. It's about me helping people. I care. That's what makes me different. I am a woman of my word. I am genuine about everything. I'm passionate about what I do, what I say. I'm careful of what I say, because if I say it, then I have to do it. I am not a fake person. I am not fake.
V103. Y'all give it up for Wanda Smith.
Oh, they got a lot of clips in here. I didn't watch the whole thing. So that was a nice little montage. Media personality, radio and TV philanthropist, humanitarian Wanda Smith, produced by Sammy Mack at Pro Video Says. Okay, now here is what Frank Ski, her former co-host, had to say.
Hey fam, I know a lot of people been calling me and asking me and sending out condolences about Wanda. It's been a very difficult 24 hours. I actually got the call yesterday at about 4 o'clock, and I just needed 24 hours to process everything in my mind and what I really wanted to say. I was actually in my yard doing my son Paxton's christening and having friends and family over to see the baby. And I got that call, and it's kind of been, you know, God is something else. It's been that way. I was at my son's going home back in May, and then 2 days later, my son Paxton was born. Right before, this happened last weekend, I got a call that my nephew, who was 8 years old, passed away on the playground. It's just been a lot of death, and it's been really hard, trying to stay up for everybody, and just haven't really had time to process it all like I really wanted to. And now I find myself, even yesterday at Paxton's christening, I found myself crying, publicly in front of everybody, because it's difficult, when you lose somebody you love. And Wanda was definitely somebody that I really loved. I actually first saw Wanda back in '96. I had come to Atlanta to sit in with Mike Roberts on his show just to learn how to do a morning show. And that night we went out to a club in the underground in Atlanta. I wasn't even living in Atlanta. And I saw this woman come on stage. She had a Hennessy in her hand with a red straw, and she was sipping on the Hennessy and that gold tooth in the front. And she was funny as hell. And I said, if I ever do a morning show here, that's who I want. And look at God. A couple years later, I got to take over for Mike Roberts when he retired. And they came to me and said, hey, we got an idea. We know this girl named Wanda who's been sitting in with Mike Roberts. I said, absolutely. And then we started back in 1998. We went from 98 to 2013 and had #1 ratings. We were #1 for 15 years. And I say we because me and her, it wasn't me. It was just the both of us together, the synergy that we had. When I was low, she was high. When she was low, I was high. We basically encouraged each other, but we each had a gift. And her gift that I had to learn was empathy to people. She taught me that. Wanda cared about the people that didn't really have. And I think it's because she never forgot where she came from. She never forgot. Whenever there was a time to give, Wanda was first in line. And she didn't want to do it impersonal. She wanted to really do it personally with people. When 9/11 happened, me, Wanda, Griff, Tara Thomas, Chuck Smith, we all slept outside at the old Brave Stadium. And we slept outside 24 hours in a camper and raised over $250,000 for the firefighters in New York. And then we took it to New York before New York was even open, like 2 days after 9/11. And we went down to the site. I'll never forget that. When Katrina happened, we were outside of Club 112, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. And she would not let me just raise the money. We raised the money, and we got food and everything. And we got Orlando from Atlanta Peach Movers sent trucks, and we loaded up them semi trucks and drove. She wanted to drive the stuff to Louisiana, to New Orleans herself. And I just remember we went into Sister's restaurant and they just hugged her. We went to South Africa together. We brought people to South Africa that never been on a plane. And she was insistent on taking people to get their passports. And it was her first time out the country too. But she wanted everybody to go together to get passports. She was just an incredible person like that, and it's hard. But I'll miss her. And I just want really everybody to know that last year, Wanda and I reconnected, and we had really good talk. And I suggested that she join me on the morning show at KISS. And I went to KISS, to the management, and I went to the head people and had dinner with them at Lobster Bar. And I told them, I said, Wanda needs to come on this show. And they interviewed her. The program director, the general manager, the vice president, everybody interviewed her. And we were going to do it. Wanda was going to come back on the air with me. And she went down to Florida for a reunion, and she got sick. And it was one thing, then another thing, then another thing. And Wanda's she's super private. She didn't want anybody to know. She didn't want anybody to know. I remember I sent her flowers in the hospital, and she sent me a text and was like, thank you and Patrice for the flowers, but how did you know? And I wouldn't tell her my source, but that's when I knew she was public for everybody else and private inside. She was beautiful. I'm sorry the video is going long. I'm going to post another video that she actually did about herself after this video, but I miss you, babe. She was my radio wife, for real, for real. She really was. Tavares and Giovanni, thank you. Janice, thank you. Denise, thank you. Man, just the whole family. Thank you for sharing her with me and my family. And I love you, girl. You have.
Whew, that was a lot. And seems like he was genuine in his condolences. People it's hard not to bring up the Katt Williams situation. I know people will, but I mean, Katt Williams did not define her entire radio career. Unfortunately, it was a hot spot of her radio career, but it did not define it. And I guess that's the main the main point of me talking about this is, there are so many other stories in addition to, the Katt Williams situation. And, let me talk about the Katt Williams situation for a minute now, because I was one of the only people on the internet that said that Katt Williams and all of them, even Frank Ski, owed Wanda an apology. The whole situation was filled with misogynoir. It was, fat shaming, harass. It was a lot. So, if y'all care to venture into the archives, I actually put all of the videos in the description box from beginning to end of all of that stuff that happened with her husband, confronting Katt Williams, all the people, wanting her fired because of the Katt Williams interview, her actually getting fired because of the Katt Williams interview. It was like, when I say it was just drama on top of drama, and I guess, Katt Williams' aura is drama, that's what he does. And, speaking of Katt Williams, when he did his Shannon Sharpe interview, he actually brought up the situation, and he claimed that the reason he went in on Wanda was because he was told, or he was promised, that they wouldn't bring up certain things during the interview. And I guess he brought up one thing, and then I guess all bets was off, and he was just firing shots at her. He wasn't firing shots at Frank Ski or the rest of the cast and crew of the show. Okay, let me see what it was. Okay, Sandra had wrote about it. Said Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast, Katt said he was promised before going on the show We won't talk about your kids. We won't talk about jail, no cases. We ain't gonna talk about none of that. So I guess that was his reasoning for, you know, having an attitude with Wanda when he came on the show. But y'all can watch it all again. Y'all want to go over their history, but again, her life was a lot more than that. So condolences to her family. Now, moving on, like this video, please, and thank you. You said his condolences were genuine and heartfelt. I felt they were too. You said you're gonna keep your mouth closed. If Katt doesn't feel the need to apologize, then so be it. Well, you know, Katt ain't, you know, God. I mean, you know. Anyway, you said men in radio are not, you mean women in radio are not protected. Women in business are not protected. Black women in businesses are not protected. Black dark-skinned women are not protected in business. Black dark-skinned heavy-set women are not protected. I can go on and on and on, but you know, it is what it is. And we witnessed it firsthand. It is a case study in misogynoir. If y'all feel like going to watch, you know, the situation with her and Katt Williams, yeah, it was a key. Yeah, it was two comedians going at it, but it was also a black man denigrating a black woman for the world to see. And everybody was dragging her wig, her weight, her skin color, her nails, her socioeconomic status. It was horrible. But anyway, moving on. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video.